So it's Friday. I have this is hilarious. I forgot to show you guys this. So in case you guys haven't actually realized how this thing is set up, there you go. Yeah. So as you can see, it's got the little knobbies on it, and so it gets a pain in the butt to hold. It's not so much that it's hard to hold, but that if they get in a different angle, then the camera can shift by a little bit. So actually, anyways, it's just hilarious the way the camera looks right now, because it's like raptor clawing the television. If my camera was sentient, it could just grab it and take away the television. I can play No More Kingdom Hearts! So, this is what, the first official video of February? Yeah, today is the first. This is technically, you guys are seeing here in about half an hour, the one from yesterday going live. So, that's that. We've got the Super Bowl. Let's see, practice was canceled yesterday. I'm just going to kind of give a rundown of what's gone on since the holidays. Aaron and I drove each other up the wall. Because between Christmas and New Year's falling in the middle of the week and him forcing himself to take vacations on, like, what was it? Mondays and Fridays off, and then Thursdays was a half day or something like that. And then he got Friday off, and then he got that Monday off due to his vacation. And then it was Christmas Eve, and then Christmas Day, and then he stayed at home and did like half a day of work, and then didn't have to go in on Friday. And then, so we drove each other nuts by being around here. Like, if I'd have had, like, I had Odyssey and stuff. So anyways, that was the holidays. And there's been many videos. There's like been 30 videos since then. So let's see what's going on. We had a mailing debacle because I think we're just gonna have packages sent to Aaron's work. That way the mail guy down there will sign for it until we can get a P.O. box. But that seems confusing around here because I can't necessarily be home when FedEx wants to deliver. I mean, obviously this is a problem in the States too, but the thing is before we had the office, so that they would leave stuff there, or they would just drop it off at the door. They can't really hear. I've had smaller stuff get dropped off because it can push through the mail slot, but oh no, my sleeves, anyways, I can't get a new mouth guard. I can get new mouth guards, but I have to get the old style mouth guards. I can't get Sisu because they don't, at least their company website doesn't deliver here. I could probably have it shipped to the States and have one sent over in the next bunch of highly important mail that Providence likes to send, but is absolutely dumb. They apparently, something with my surgery, they overcharged me, so they sent me a check for like $2.30. And I'm not screwing it up, this was actual dollars. And I did the calculation. Okay, Google, convert $2.34 to euros.
2 United States dollars and 34 cents equals 2 euros and 4 cents.
I can't take that to the bank. So they only cash checks over a certain amount or something like that. I mean, yeah, that's basically, one of my Kasparodjas, but anyways, that's fun. Yay, Providence! It feels like everyone's knocking my door because they're pounding on that wall right there, and they're going up and down the stairs, which I figured out they're a mirror of ours, so they're stomping up and down the stairs, and sometimes they knock on the... It's just how it is. There was like 3 months ago they were doing it back over there, and it was just, when they renovated this, they were doing it here. It's just everybody trying to squeeze out what little bit more space they can because this country is ridiculously dense. I grant you there are great numbers of farmland. It's not like, it's a solid city from border to border. But considering the amount of people, the amount of apartments that are on this block of our street, from Linnea to Steve Bilkopline, which is just a square. I can't even fathom how many people live here. Because we're all, it's like what, so minimum 4 floors. And then like every little bit, like you guys can see, like you're half a meter from the wall. You're zoomed in a smidge because I'm sitting on the couch, which is about 1/3 of the way through the apartment and then all the way back there. That's the width of the apartment. I can't. There's got to be, and on top of that, there's just the number of apartments. Assuming you have 2, maybe 3 or 4 people living in an apartment, you've got probably 700 people living in this small street. Maybe 500. Or something like that. Anyways, so that got worked out. I got new cleats. I have gloves. I'll show you guys. So here's the gloves. Here's the cleats. Everything's going to be working out just great. Helmets over there. It's snow days. Nothing that shut the city down because here in Amsterdam they know what the hell to do, unlike in Portland. One snowflake and everybody goes all purge-like. Stay huddled in their homes, and the only people out there are roaming bands of people that, aren't afraid. So recently, Kingdom Hearts 3 is coming out. I've been playing that the last 3 days. Star Trek Discovery's cropped back up. Probably gonna watch that tonight. Might watch the. Oh, yeah. So dinner, Discovery, Good Place, and then a couple more episodes of Punisher. We're falling out on the Punisher. It's like they're trying to get way too much in. I had my first football camp ever. I attempted to do 2-a-days, but I don't know what happened to my shoulder. I could not. It's like way so many years ago, I tried to even go into practice, and then the moment I started jogging, it felt like my diaphragm was going to fall out. And I almost threw up on the field. So the second practice, I went through the walkthroughs of all of our defensive stuff. And then, but I was in the process of having a major anxiety attack because I didn't sleep well. It kind of happened in Paris too, and this sucks. When I get thrown off I have such a weird, I have a loose but rigid schedule, if that makes sense. Like I have time where I can get things done. This is it's how I've lived. It's how I live my life on a day-to-day basis. And when things happen that take up 3 days at a time, like France, and a vacation would be different because Aaron and I would be planning things about the day. So that happened. I was in Brussels for that one. We played a game. I was Will linebacker. We had the away uniforms, and yeah. Now we're back to here. I'm developing, anybody who's long-time viewers, I'm getting a little burster on my lip right here. Every once in a while, because it sits there and is a little bit malformed. I can't really call it what it is because in my head, there's so many Dutch people that use the word kanker as an insult. I mean, I hate this thing. It feels bad, but in the States we call it a canker sore. This has nothing to do with conquer. Although someone told me, Robin, he heard one of his friends call someone a conquer Rosine. And I was like, what the hell? Oh, the Dutch love insulting people with conquer. They do, because a lot of them speak English, they do say F you and what the F, and, but they don't when I say, Christ on a crutch, I don't know where that comes from, by the way. Or Americans have there's the Flanders way of swearing, which is tiddlywinks, and you're like, that was going, they did tiddlywinks, and it's the Christian way of saying it, You guys never saw them on the camera, but anybody who was around for those times, Gunner swore like that. He he was like, you know, he's in his early 20s, so he's like he's a young millennial, so he's influenced by pop culture, but he's trying to maintain a good soul, and it's like kind of like with The Good Place, you can't be good anymore, but people try to go over the top of it, and so I guess that's a good sign of that. I should bring that one up to Aaron. That, you know, that Bad Place wasn't actually, spoilers, the Bad Place isn't actually tipping the scales, it's just harder to maintain pure good, and the scale needs to be re-zeroed, I guess. It's probably what's going to happen. Right now they're kind of dealing with a different little subplot, but it's probably going to come back to the point that they just need to figure out how to re-zero it. But yeah, so the schedules come out for AFBN. Asking Maurice if I can post the schedule. He'll get back to me in 24 hours before this video goes live. I'm just asking, because he put the schedule in, but the thing is AFBN posted an entire spreadsheet of all the teams across all the levels, like youth to Eredivisie, and it's like, I have to go through every single one and look for HH and then figure out myself who the other ones are. Like I know who AC is, I know who LC are, I know who UD and GG, I know who they are, but it's just not, you know, right off the top of my head. So I'm asking Maurice, because he put it in our group chat, and he says, but don't post it, don't publish it. But I'm like, yeah. And since I kind of do a lot of social media, I figured I might ask. I just waited. Yeah. Benefit about this camera is that it will record past 17 minutes. 17 minutes, 15 seconds, which is good. The problem is it considers the memory card to be locked, so I can't cut off of it. I should really probably pull that thing out and check to see if I can do that. Because we're using the old Miji memory card, which is huge, it's like 64 gigs, and I'm on UXP right now, so I can record like 5 hours on that. And this thing has a 5-hour battery, so bonus. But I think the adapter it went into has its lock on there, so I can't cut, I can only copy. So I have to format it every once in a while. I don't like doing that. I mean, it wipes it, but I have to sit there and deal with files upon files upon files upon files, and then before a weekend I have to clear it out. Rather than clear it out every day. I don't know why I put quotes around that. I mean, it is clearing it out every day. It's literal. Well, it looks like we're going to have all that stuff put back in. I'm going to get a thumbs up. Yeah, it's already posted on AFBN's website, but that's confusing looking. So that's the schedule. It was over there. I'll post it again in the future for a specific video in case people aren't watching this entire thing. I'll probably talk about it tomorrow or Sunday. The Super Bowl is coming Sunday, and I don't have a place to watch it. It's also happening in the middle of the night. Okay, Google, what time is the Super Bowl in Netherlands?
Here's some information about Netherlands. The Netherlands, a country in North...
What time does the Super Bowl air in the Netherlands?
These came back from a search.
Around the world. Cool. Berlin, 12:30 at night. I will be watching it Monday morning, live. Berlin, Paris, Prague, Rome, Sarajevo. Why Sarajevo of all places? Those are all in the same times. Midnight, and on top of that, it's a 3.5 hour game. Oh, if I could only find a bar close by, I could just come home. Or just stay up. Jesus. Aaron's got to go to Eindhoven. Anyways, it's 3:50. You guys can't see the clock. I'm going to head to the gym. Aaron's not back till like 7:30, 8 o'clock. There's a little bit of iciness this morning, but his train seemed fine. I will, yeah. It seemed like there was more with, in between Utrecht and Eindhoven than anything. By the way, if you're all at the end here, I'm starting like, I know Dario's brought this up before, and not many other people talk to me about this because he does languages. He's talking about like having like 4 or 5 languages in his head. So he kind of feels my pain. But I'm like looking at English words. I'm looking at English words and I'm putting them in, you know, like I'm saying them as if I'm an idiot Dutchman. And I say an idiot Dutchman by the fact that I never learned English, so I look at a G and go, you know? So, but that's that. Like Aaron and I are like looking at things and I'll like Google something. Right. I looked at my history and I was like, oh, the geography. And he was like, what? I'm like, ah, damn. Like I was literally looking at Geography, the actual English spelling of it, and I still did geography. Like, to be fair, it's Geography or Fie. Geography. You know, because the Dutch and German are just like, screw you and your PHs, unless it's Greek, and then we sort of let it slide. But even so, they still try to push it over to an F anyways, because they're just like, yeah, they don't really do a TH sound, and they don't really do a PH sound. They just make it a T or an F. And then like, I've noticed some Germans, when they try to do, they'll be like they don't, I don't know. It's great. I've heard some of them say Thursday, and I get it because I hear in the context of the sentence, but it just makes me want to put on the fur coat and be like, Hat and the Pimp King. It's Thursday. That's the dad joke of the month. I am old and I'm getting up there, so yeah, we will chat about the schedule later. I'll probably post the schedule on the community tab once I get it all hashed out and looking nice. So yeah, I'll post it on the community tab in case you get it. Anyways, I'm rambling. That's kind of what this video is about, but at least edit it a little bit. And the camera looks like the screen isn't grippy, so the camera's kind of falling a little bit, I think. I'll catch you guys over the weekend.